Though it hath no tongue, murder will out. Rainier Brewing Company, brewers of Rainier Beer and Ale, presents Murder Will Out. Starring William Gargan as Inspector Burke, Chief of Homicide, with Eddie Marr as Detective Nolan, in another challenging story written and directed by Lou X. Lansworth, The Mystery of Death Under Sea.
On the night of Monday, April the 22nd, a thick, vaporous mist blanketed the entire city. In the black waters of the bay, a diving barge was tied to a north-end dock. Aboard the barge was the owner, Captain Al Charles, veteran deep-sea diver. Guided by a dark lantern, the captain was busy checking equipment. Shortly before 8 p.m., careful footsteps descended the ladder, leading to the fog-enveloped barge.
Captain Charles.
Yes?
Where are you, Captain?
What is it?
Can't see in this fog.
Just a minute. Who are you?
I come to talk business.
What do you want?
Got a message for you from a friend.
Yeah?
You alone, Captain?
What is it you want?
His friend, make it worth your while. Pay you a lot of money.
What's this all about?
His friend, don't want you to do their job tomorrow morning.
What job?
The body the cops are looking for.
Oh?
The body the cops think was tossed in the water. If you're smart, Captain, collect a double price.
How?
Well, the cops hire you and your crew to do a diving job. Okay, so you do the job. But you don't find no body. Now, the cops pay off, and this friend, he also pay off. $5,000. Cash.
Beat it.
Lots of money, Captain, just to take a gander at the seaweed.
I said beat it.
Stay right there, Captain.
What?
This gun will go off when that foghorn blows. Nobody ever hear it.
I'll have the cops after you, so...
All that. If you change your mind, Captain, and want to do business...
I'm not changing my mind. And I don't...
Okay. Before I go, just a friendly tip. If you do happen to bring up that body tomorrow, Captain, the cops will be dragging the bay for 2 bodies instead of 1.
So starts The Mystery of Death Under Sea, another Inspector Burke mystery drama brought to you by Rainier Brewing Company. After the mystery, 4 contestants chosen from our studio audience as amateur detectives will compete for prizes. They'll be asked a number of questions regarding police findings and who they think committed the crime and the one clue that reveals the criminal. But first, here's Larry Keating. Larry, I wonder if that gangster will make good his threat. You know, this promises to be one of our most exciting mysteries.
Well, you can count on plenty of excitement, Reed, if they tangle with Inspector Burke. That's one thing you can be sure of.
Almost as sure as you are of Rainier, eh, Larry?
Yes, Reed, and thank you. Because I'm sure of this about Rainier. Every pound of malt that goes into the making of Rainier beer is made in Rainier's own malt hops. Every pound of hops that flavors Rainier beer is harvested from the deep, cool canyons of Rainier's own hop ranches. No wonder I'm so sure of Rainier. So sure of Rainier quality. And you'll be, too, once you've tasted its mellow goodness. Yes, Rainier malt, Rainier hops, Rainier skill, Rainier tradition. They all add up to the best glass of beer you can buy.
The best glass of beer because it's made best to taste best.
Yes, made best to taste best. It's Rainier for quality, for flavor, for good cheer.
Now, back to our story, The Mystery of Death Under Sea, starring William Gargan as Inspector Burke.
Ed, that you?
Frank, where are you?
Here, over here, Ed. See the captain?
Yeah, looks okay.
You mean to go for the bill?
No, I mean he's going to tell the cops.
It's good. You did okay, Ed. Now the captain, he walked into our little trap.
Yeah, if he don't wait for his boy Chris to come aboard.
Oh, Myra, she'll take care of the captain's boy. Myra and the boy dancing at the Purple Pad. She keeps Chris out of the way.
We're taking a big chance, Frank, heisting the captain.
We take even a bigger chance of the captain fish out the body.
Yeah, but what if they
What's
bring
the
it?
matter, lose your nerve?
No.
Okay, then how many times I tell you? Cops find that body at the curtain for you and me, Ed.
Hey, wait. Listen.
You know, wasting no time. Get back at this lumber.
It's him, all right. Coming up that ladder.
Okay, no slip up. I flash the light. Make sure. Get him in back. Use the butt of your gun.
Okay.
Excuse me, mister.
Who are you?
I'm looking for Pierre H. I thought that maybe...
What are you doing on this dock?
I'm lost. Maybe you can tell me how... Go! Ed, come on. We'll take him into the car. Hide out. She's a smart girl, Myra. Catch on fast, eh, Chris?
What's the idea, Ferroni, getting rid of Myra?
Your girlfriend don't mind wait, Chris. Myra is sitting around while you and me have a little talk.
What is it you want, Ferroni?
Chris, how do you like to have $5,000 of cash?
$5,000?
Yeah, got a little business proposition.
What is it?
Tomorrow, that job you and your father do for the cops. Don't come up with a nobody.
Oh, you're crazy. My father's been doing diving jobs for the cops for 30 years.
Your father, he don't have to know.
What about the cops? Cops want that body.
I take care of that. I fix it so there won't be nobody.
Oh, how?
Lots of times when you do a diving job, get down after wrecks and things like that, you have to do a little blasting.
Yeah?
Okay, I got an expert do a little job. Tomorrow morning, in the pocket of your diving suit, you'll find a small time bomb.
Go on.
You'll go down, find the body, plant a time bomb. Then there'll be no more body.
Yeah?
You like to read this newspaper, Chris? Yeah, when you get home, take a look at the sports page.
Oh, thanks. See how the SEALs do yesterday.
Oh, they do okay. But you do even better, Chris. Inside the sports page, you find an envelope. Thousands of dollars. $100 bills.
Well, thanks, Ferroni.
$4,000 more tomorrow, and you do the job.
Yeah, but there's only one hitch, Ferroni.
Oh?
My father's going to do the dive with me.
Your father won't be around, Chris.
What do you mean?
You'll do the job alone.
Where is he? What happened to my father?
No, wait. You...
Come on, where is he? What did you do with him?
Chris, you're going off here now to people look.
Let's go. Okay, but let's...
Talk and talk fast or I'll shove your face in.
Okay, now you listen to me. Your father's going away. If you don't do that job, your father, he don't come back.
Yeah, I get it now. This whole thing's nothing but a frame-up. That Myra, she's in on it, too. That's why she's been playing up to me. That's why she left us alone just now.
Your newspaper, Chris. You dropped your newspaper.
Well, kind of looks like you got me in a squeeze, Ferroni. I don't have no choice, do I?
That's right, Chris. You don't have no choice. All right, Sergeant. Pull up alongside.
Okay, Inspector. Cut the engine, Mac. Follow the hook, Inspector. Got it?
Yes. There, I got the ladder, Chief. All right. We'll go back on board the barge, Nolan.
Right. Swing up after you, Chief.
Make it all right, Inspector.
Yes, Jack. Where's Chris?
He's over there. He's already in his diving suit.
Nolan, wait here a second with Jack.
Okay.
Well, Chris, all set to go underwater?
Yeah.
I went aboard the police boat.
Yeah?
I talked to headquarters on the two-way radio.
Oh?
I gave them a complete description of your father. They're sending out a tracer.
Okay.
I've known your father a long time, Chris. He's a friend of mine. Anything you can tell me about his disappearance?
No, nothing.
Well, there's two things we're going to do, Chris. Find that body and find your father. Oh, Jack Boyle, Nolan.
Yeah, Chief.
Yeah, Inspector? What is it, Inspector?
Jack, in the absence of the captain, you're in charge of the crew?
Yes, sir.
You're certain this is the spot where we go underwater?
Oh, yeah, positive. Yesterday, Captain Charles and Chris took position. What are we waiting for, Inspector? This is the spot, all right? Yeah, we better get going. I checked the tide, speed of the current.
Your men assigned to their positions?
Yeah, Lafarge and Anderson handle the pump, Jameson and Brown on the lifelines. I'll take
Nolan, you take the phone.
Okay, Chief.
Yeah, well, I was going to...
We're all set then. All right? Where's the captain's diving suit?
What do you mean?
I'm going down with you, Chris.
Going down? Well, you can't go down, Inspector. It's too
Why
dangerous.
not? I've gone underwater a number of times before with Captain Charles.
Why, sure. A couple of years back when the Lorelei sank with all hands. The inspector went down that time with the captain.
Now, get me into that diving suit. That is, if Chris doesn't mind.
Well, no, I don't mind.
Get those lifelines ready, Leo.
Well, Chris is all set, Chief. Ready to get down.
All right. I'll follow him down.
Are you ready, Inspector?
All ready.
The sounding at this spot is 96 feet.
Pretty deep, Chief.
You and Chris stay underwater no longer than 30 minutes. 30 minutes from the time you break surface. Till we bring you up.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, okay. Brad, Frenchie, pump's okay?
Okay, Jack.
All right. I'll give Chris a signal. Drop the weighted spike overboard. Chris will follow the line down. He'll sink the spike at the bottom. You two take the rope, fan out from the spike. All set, Chris?
Hey, wave his hand.
Okay, Inspector. Get on the ladder. Ready to follow him down. Paul, Leo, get the inspector's helmet on. Got it.
Well, good luck, Chief.
Stay with those phones, Nolan.
Oh, you bet.
Here's your helmet, Inspector. We'll get it on. Got it, Leo?
Yeah.
No. 1/8 of a turn. Lock it.
Ready?
What's that?
Drop the spike. Now let out the line. Send Chris down. All right, second line. Send the inspector down. Red, pressure okay?
Okay.
Paul, lifeline's okay?
All clear. Approximate depth, 96 feet. Waiting their signal.
Well, everything seems to be in order, Nolan.
Good. I'm all set with the earphones. Listen device.
You fellas got a lot of police boats out today. 3 of them.
That's right. We're going to keep them there, too. Patrol around the barge.
Not taking any chances.
No, sir. We thought... Wait a minute. There's the signal.
Jack, we're at the bottom. 2 trucks in the crew. Call for more line.
Nolan, we're at bedrock. Chris is sinking the spike. But pretty heavy. We'll take the rope and fan out from the spike. I'll follow Chris and work with the light. Nolan.
Go ahead, Chief.
Looks like we're going around in circles. Fan out with the rope. We're on about 50 feet from the spike. Current slow. Mud almost up to our waist. No trace of the body.
Hold the light. Straight ahead, Inspector. Now, to the left. To the right.
See anything, Chris?
No. Give me the light, Inspector. You stay here. Hold the rope. I'm going to drop down there. Investigate that hollow.
Nolan, can you hear me? Nolan, something wrong with that.
Jack, through. The inspector's lifeline. Phone went dead.
Leo, check that line, will you?
Nolan.
Wait, it's Chris. Chris!
Nolan, I've located the body. Down in this hollow. Body's weighted. Arms and feet tied. Anchored with heavy window weights.
Chris, you get down to the inspector. Something went wrong with the lifeline. Phone went dead.
Okay. I'll get out of this hollow. Don't hoist on the line till I investigate.
That's Chris. He found the body. He's going after the inspector.
Get the inspector.
Wait a minute. Stand by. Hold your positions. Chris! What's taking him so long? Chris! Okay, start hoisting the lifeline. We can't take any
Nolan,
chance.
Deck crew, don't hoist the lifeline. Cut the air pressure till I see if the release valves are okay.
Chris, what is it? What's happened?
The grappling hooks, that heavy line, weighted tools you sent down, tangled with the inspector's lifeline.
Air hose. Hoist me up about 20 feet. I can untangle it.
Yes, put the body over there, Red. Well, Chief,
how does it feel to be back on deck again?
Fresh air certainly feels good. Down there, it felt like my head was going to explode. I kept seeing some big black shadow floating towards me, then going away again.
That's probably me, Inspector.
Well, now that we've got the body, what next, Chief?
We'll go ashore, find out what happened to Chris's father, Captain Charles.
Oh, Chief, I just picked up Frank Ferroni. Holding him outside.
Good. What about Ed Davis?
Well, no trace of him yet. Say, what do you think? Ferroni was picked up for speeding just out of town.
Looks like he might have been tipped off. Got wind we found the body.
Oh, there's one thing I wanted to ask you, Chief. That tangled lifeline. You think it might have been done on purpose?
By whom?
Chris, Jack Boyle.
Well, Chris untangled the line, found the body.
Yeah. Was there any word from Chris?
No, after we got ashore, Chris and Jack Boyle left together. Bring Frank Ferroni in here, Nolan, and see what he has to say.
Okay. All right, Ferroni, in the inspector's office.
Well, Inspector, looks like the rest of the speeding's pretty serious, huh? Bring it down to homicide. Yes, especially when the speeder is wanted for murder.
And kidnapping.
What do you mean? Ferroni, we found the body of that small-time mobster you and Ed Davis bumped off. That clinches the evidence against both of you.
Send you both to the gas chamber.
Where's Captain Charles? Captain Charles?
Yeah, what did you do with him?
Just a minute. Oh, yes? Well, send him right in. Open the door, Nolan.
Right, Chief.
Well, look who's here. Hello, Nolan.
Captain Charles.
Hello, Inspector. Oh, I see you got him all right. He's one of them. One of the men who kidnapped me.
Where's the other one, Captain? Ed Davis.
He held me prisoner in a cabin just out of town. I finally got my chance, then I slugged him and got away.
How long ago?
About 45 minutes ago. I ran out on the highway, hitched a ride all the way to headquarters. No phones out that way.
Well, that's fine, Captain. But what about the other?
Don't worry. That fellow never get away. He's out there waiting for you.
What do you mean?
I got him tied up with a rope, hand and foot. This is it, Inspector. This is the cabin.
Hey, Chief, listen. Somebody's in there.
Yes, sounds like a fight. Come on, bring Ferroni with you, Nolan.
Chris, you're choking me.
It's Chris. Jack Boyle. All right, break it up. Captain, grab Chris. I'll get Jack. Come on, break it up. Stand back there now. Both of you. Cut off the fighting. Quiet down. What is it, Nolan? Well, Ed Davis.
Yeah, tied with that rope, all right. And look at this.
Yes, the noose. Tightly drawn around his neck. Strangled to death.
Yeah, body right under that rafter up above.
Uh-huh. This rope around his neck about 3 feet long. Cut clean as a whistle.
Oh, here's the rest of the rope, Chief. Look, both ends match.
Yeah. Oh, Captain, is this the way you left Ed Davis?
No. I tied Davis up all right, but I didn't put that noose around his neck. He was alive, tied up on the floor when I left.
He did it, Inspector. There's your man, Jack Boyle.
He's lying. Chris was already here when I got here.
I trailed Jack here to my car. When I entered, he was standing near the body. I took him by surprise.
Don't let him tell you that. I was the one who trailed Chris. He was hiding outside when I found the body, hanging up there.
Where?
From that rafter up there. The body was hanging at least 3 feet from the ground. I cut it down. Then I untied the rest of the rope from the rafter. Just then, Chris worked in. When he saw I spoiled his plan, he tried to kill me, too.
Well, you dirty rotten...
Hold it.
Chris, quiet down.
Okay, but I got a piece of evidence, Inspector, that proves Jack was working for Ferroni.
What's that?
This morning, when you went aboard that police boat, there was a small time bomb planted in the pocket of my diving suit. I took the bomb apart so there'd be no danger. It's locked up in our quarters on the barge.
Well, what about this, Ferroni?
I don't know nothing. I wasn't here.
Is this the place you were speeding away from, Ferroni?
No.
Yes. Did you hang Davis from that rafter, Ferroni?
How could I hang a Davis? I couldn't even lift him. The Davis weighed about 200 pounds.
That's right, Ferroni, but you're a pretty husky fellow. You could hoist him up there easy enough.
Yeah, but why weren't them three? They husky, too.
Yes, you're right, Ferroni. All of our boys here are pretty husky. And I know which one murdered Ed Davis.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the testimony of the suspects. You know all the facts and clues in tonight's mystery. Did you find the one clue that reveals the killer? In a minute, Larry Keating will question our 4 amateur detectives who were chosen from the studio audience about tonight's police findings. But now, it's time to relax for a moment. Okay, Larry?
Yes, Reed. And friends, whether you're relaxing at the close of a mystery thriller or taking it easy after a job well done, nothing hits the spot like Rainier Ale. Yes, Rainier Old Stock Ale. Full-bodied, mellow-aged, brewed with the know-how skill that makes each new taste a refreshing experience. For the most satisfaction at ease-up time, follow the lead of thousands of Westerners to the ale made best to taste best.
And that's Rainier Old Stock Ale, the West's favorite.
The West's favorite year after year for more than 10 years. Rainier Old Stock Ale. Rainier for good cheer.
And now here's Larry Keating, ready to question our 4 amateur detectives regarding the evidence furnished by Inspector Burke.
Our amateur detectives tonight are Mr. Robert Mallinger of Los Angeles, Mrs. Betty Covert of San Diego, Mr. Ray Peterson from Chicago, Illinois, and Mrs. Maud Taylor of Des Moines, Iowa. Before we get underway, I'd like to point out the rules of tonight's crime quiz. To each contestant who finds the murderer and the correct clue, Rainier Brewing Company will award a $50 savings bond. If our amateur detectives find the murderer but do not have the correct clue, they receive a $25 savings bond. And here's something else. To each contestant solving tonight's mystery, Rainier also awards a special gold detective certificate, suitably framed. The winners of this award rate the honor of joining the ranks of expert amateur detectives. And now, Inspector Burke has given me the basic evidence in tonight's mystery. Each contestant will be asked several questions. For answering correctly, Rainier Brewing Company will pay $5 in savings cents. Now, let's review this evidence. First of all, we have Mr. Robert Mallinger. Mr. Mallinger, you're from Los Angeles, right?
That's right, sir.
I see you've made a lot of notes there on the back of the script. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
You think you have the answer to the first question?
Well, I hope so.
We're going to find out right now. A man came aboard the diving barge and proposed a plan to Captain Charles. On what date was this?
Monday, April 22nd.
Have that written right down there, haven't you? Do you have the time written down, too?
No, I don't think so.
Well, forget it. It was 8 o'clock, I'll tell you that. But for having the date and day written down, you're going to get $5 in savings stamps courtesy of Rainier. Very good, Mr. Mallinger. If you'll step aside, we'll ask Mrs. Covert to step to the microphone. You are doing this entirely from ear, are you, Mrs. Covert?
Yes, I am.
You didn't make notes?
No.
All right. Later, the captain's son, Chris, was offered a sum of money. How much money was offered?
Well, he was offered $1,000 he had $1,000 put in the sports page of his paper.
Well,
was to get $4,000 later.
In other words, he was to get $5,000, but $1,000 was offered inside the sports page for the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to get $5,000. I don't blame you. $5,000 is nothing in these times. I wouldn't bother to think about it myself either. But you get $5 in savings stamps from Rainier Brewing Company for knowing that he was to get $5,000 all told. Now, Mr. Ray Peterson, please. Mr. Peterson, you are just going into detective business a small way, I see. You have just a small piece of paper there. Let's see how well you remember details. At the spot where the body was believed to be underwater, what was the water's depth? Just remembering this, you haven't that written down, eh?
68 feet.
Sorry, old man, it was 96 feet. Well, here, tell me, how long could the two divers stay underwater at this depth? Well, we would have given you the $5 if you had known that answer. It was 96 feet in the first place, and 30 minutes was the length of time. Sorry, better luck next time. Now, Mrs. Maud Taylor. You're not nervous, are you? Mrs. Taylor, you're from Des Moines, Iowa, and you are a housewife, and you have some answers written down there. Let's hope you have this one. What person admitted tying up the victim, Ed Davis?
Wait a minute.
No hurry, plenty of time. You say a word about Rainier Beer and Ale while you're looking at the situation over there. Made best to taste best. Of course, you knew that, Mrs. Taylor. Beg pardon?
This, there, I don't know.
Well, time is up, and I'm sorry you don't know, but the answer is Captain Al Charles. Now, here is young Mr. Robert Mallinger back again. Upon arriving at the cabin hideout, the police found Ed Davis dead. By what method did the victim meet his death?
From strangling.
He was strangled. You are right, sir. $5 more to you. And now, Mrs. Betty Covert again. Would you say the victim, Ed Davis, was a fairly large or small man?
Large.
Why do you think he was large?
Well, I remember them saying that he would take a very large man.
Do you recall how much he weighed? Any idea how much he weighed? 200 pounds. Very good, Mrs. Covert. Congratulations again. You get $5 in savings stamps. Mr. Ray Peterson. Jack Boyle claimed he followed Chris to the cabin. Upon entering, what did Jack say he saw?
Saw a body hanging.
Mm-hmm. And what did Jack say he immediately did?
Cut it down.
You are right, sir. $5 more to you, Mr. Peterson. Now, Mrs. Maud Taylor, the last question is yours. The police found another piece of rope that matched the rope around the victim's neck. What did the police particularly notice about both ends of this rope?
They matched.
And they were cut. And how were they cut?
Well, cut with a knife, I guess.
Very well, and how were they cut? I mean, there's a little vernacular phrase used. They were cut as clean as what?
This one.
Very good. $5 for you, Mrs. Taylor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Inspector Burke to check the papers each amateur detective received at the start of tonight's mystery on which to write who they think committed the crime and the one clue that reveals the criminal.
Thank you, Larry. Well, I've checked the deductions on each of our amateur detectives, and I find that Ray Peterson of Chicago, Illinois, said that Frank Ferroni was the murderer. Sorry to say that he is wrong. Mrs. Betty Covert of San Diego, California, said that Captain Charles was the murderer. I'm sorry to say that she is wrong. However, Robert Mallinger of Los Angeles, California, said that Jack Boyle was the murderer, but he gave the wrong clue, which is correct. But Mrs. Maud Taylor of Des Moines, Iowa, said that Jack Boyle was the murderer and also gave the correct clue. Now let's see exactly what happened. We held a seaman, Jack Boyle, for the murder of Ed Davis. In attempting to quickly establish an alibi, Boyle made one fatal mistake. Jack said when he entered the cabin, he saw Davis tied to a rope hanging from the rafter. The body was hanging at least 3 feet from the ground. Jack claimed he immediately cut the body down. Then just as he finished untying the rope from the rafter, Chris rushed in and attempted to kill him. His story was an obvious lie, because when we examined the rope tied around Davis's neck, both ends of the rope had been cut clean as a whistle. Ed Davis was a solidly built man, weighing almost 200 pounds. Now, had Jack Boyle actually cut down the body of Davis as he claimed, the weight of the body would have caused the rope to be frayed. The knife could not possibly have cut the rope clean as a whistle. It was this one mistake that shattered Jack Boyle's alibi. Obviously, Ed Davis was not hanged from the rafter. Jack Boyle did not untie the rope from the rafter as he claimed. Actually, Boyle strangled Davis with a noose while the victim was bound hand and foot. Jack Boyle had been hired by Ferroni and Davis to toss the murder victim in the water. Later, Jack was the expert who planted the time bomb in the pocket of Chris's diving suit. After we recovered the body, Boyle went to the hideout. He was trailed at a safe distance by Chris. Boyle found Ed Davis tied up. Davis asked Jack to untie him. Jack refused, unless Davis and Ferroni pay him the promised money immediately. Davis threatened to expose Jack to the police. Enraged, Jack strangled Davis with a piece of rope. Frightened by Chris's sudden approach, Jack quickly cut the rope, attempting to make it appear he had found Davis hanging from the rafter.
Thank you, Inspector. And so tonight we find that Ray Peterson of Chicago has won $5 in savings stamps. $10 in savings stamps go to Mrs. Betty Covert of San Diego, California. Our second prize winner, $25 in savings bonds and $10 in savings stamps, goes to Robert Mallinger of Los Angeles, California. And our first prize, a $50 savings goes to Mrs. Maud Taylor of Des Moines, Iowa. Congratulations. And to each of the winners, Rainier awards a special gold detective certificate suitably framed, honoring our guest as expert amateur detectives. And now, Inspector, what about next week's story?
In next week's story, Larry, two furtive figures hid in the shadows awaiting a third man. A gun was emptied point blank at the intended victim. When the police arrived, there was no body, no victim. To all appearances, the dead man had completely disappeared. This baffling riddle will be solved in the mystery of the Phantom Court. I'll see you then. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Inspector. So we bring to a close another Inspector Burke mystery drama, starring William Gargan, and brought to you by Rainier Brewing Company of San Francisco and Los Angeles. Brewers of Rainier Club Extra Pale Beer and Rainier Old Stock Ale. All characters and incidents used on this program are fictitious. Any resemblance to actual persons or incidents is purely coincidental. This is Larry Keating saying goodnight for Rainier Brewing Company and inviting you to listen in again at the same time next week.
This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.